Alright. It is week 18 of the Pokedex challenge, which means 7 more Pokemon are going into the Pokedex from this last week. Look at that shiny energy. So last week I had started this White Flare pack, which was the 5th pack out of a booster bundle. And there were a few new ones, like that Vanillish and Purloin. A couple duplicates as well that went in the donation pile, like that Minechow and Vanillix. Ooh, I was like, whoa, same pack. Garbodor was also a duplicate. And Zorua was where I stopped last week. So this week started with, well, actually, Woobat was another duplicate. Samurott was the first for this week, which was the final evolution of Oshawott. So I learned that this week. That was new information to me. So I finished that pack and moved on to this Destined Rivals pack. Wash Rotom, that was a duplicate, which is interesting because now I just have 2 of those. I haven't seen any of the other ones yet, which is funny. Porygon 2 was a new Pokemon, which I had no idea that Porygon got an evolution. Pupitar was a duplicate. Fortress was new. I think it's pretty cool looking. Kind of like a nut, a hard nut to crack. Floatzel was a duplicate. All trainers are going into the donation pile. Rosalia was new too. And these reverse hollows are real cool looking, I think. Zapdos was new. I remember catching Zapdos in the original Red and Blue games. My first game was Red. I remember having the hardest. I was like 9 years old when that came out, so I had no idea what I was doing. But I remember being really stoked when I found it because that was before the internet was super huge. So like you either had to like figure it out on your own or get one of those guides. Sandygast is the last Pokemon for this week, and that was a Surging Sparks pack that I started. So next week I will finish that off and maybe start a new one there. Depends on how many duplicates I get. So now they go into the binders. There's 2 of them now, because last week I did a major overhaul of the binders. Got a new one and added all those little place card holders to it. Makes it a lot easier and more organized for my liking. I was getting a little stressed out that they were just like not in any order, and I knew it was going to get harder to keep track of them after a while. So this just makes a lot more sense to me, and I think it's more fun this way because then I'll see it fill up better, I guess. I don't know. Finished that evolution line with Blaziken, so that's pretty cool as well. And Sandygast is the last one for this week. Yeah, that's it. So that's where the binder's at. And the wall, looking pretty full in some areas. That third bottom left, that one's looking the most full because I have had a lot of White Flare packs, so a lot of 4th and 5th gen Pokemon filling that up. But next week, finish that Surging Sparks pack. And as always, feel free to check out the individual videos if you want to learn anything about the Pokemon that I'm pulling and catching. And I show some other pretty cool cards in those videos. So thanks for hanging out with me. Catch you all next week. Peace.